Hello and welcome to Nikolai's genetics lessons, and today I have prepared a statistical problem for you. This is very easy problem, so I recommend you to stop video here, try to solve each question on your own first, and when you would be ready you can run video again and you can compare your answers with my answers and explanations. And here's the problem. Mouser, a female cat, has just given a birth to 8 kittens. And question A, assuming that the kittens have just been born and you have no information about the litter other than the number of kittens, what is the probability that all the kittens are male? So, in order to solve this problem, we have to ask ourselves what is the probability that the first kitten would be male. And we have only choice between female and male, so it is very obvious that probability would be 1/2. So the first kitten would have 1/2 probability to be a male, or we also can say 50% or 0.5 on the scale between 0 and 1. And 1 on the scale would equal to 100% on the scale between 0 and 100%. So, what is the probability that the next kitten also would be male? And some of the people think that with each new kitten, probability that this is going to be a female kitten would increase. And I have a real life example of this thought. One of my relatives, he used to spend a good share of his salary in the casino, and he said that he has a scientific strategy how to win. And I asked him what is the strategy, and he said, I just watch for one particular machine and person who's spending money on that machine. When he spends a lot of money and didn't win, I take his place. And he said that because each machine adjusted in a such way that a machine allowed player to win every 200 or 300 of trials. This depends on the greedity of the owners of the casino. So, and he figured out that he would increase his chances when he takes a place of the player who lost a lot of money on that machine. I don't know if this strategy wins or not, but in biology it doesn't work like this. For example, imagine that female produce egg cell and male produce sperm. And as you know, females would produce just few egg cells. We call this female gamete, but male would produce millions and billions of sperms. And sperms can be of the two kinds. Some of them may have X chromosome and some of them may have Y chromosome. Of course, each sperm also would have another 22 autosomes. But primary difference would be that some of the sperm would have X chromosome and some of them would have Y chromosome. And of course, X cell would have only one X chromosome. And as you see, according to this picture, if sperm that has X chromosome would fertilize egg, then genotype would be XX, and that means that this is going to be a female. If a sperm that has Y chromosome would fertilize this egg, this means that sex of this individual would be male. And of course, as you understand, if the first kitten was a male, this wouldn't affect that next egg cell would have least chances to be fertilized by Y bearing sperm, and of course cat wouldn't produce less sperm with X chromosomes and wouldn't increase production of the sperm with Y chromosome. So this is absolutely independent process, and each time when egg cell would be fertilized, chances are equal to be fertilized by the sperm with X chromosome or with Y chromosome. So we can say that probability that the second kitten would be also male also would be 1/2, and the third also would have the same probability, and the fourth and the fifth. So no matter how many how big is the litter, every time when egg would be fertilized, it has the same probability, just like the first one or the second one. So in order to find that all 8 kittens would be of the male gender, we have to multiply all these independent probabilities. So we have to use rule of multiplication, and we use rule of multiplication every time when we can connect two independent probabilities with the word and. So what is the probability that the first kitten would be a male and second kitten would be a male and third kitten would be a male? So when we can connect our independent probabilities with and, we use a rule of multiplication. And when we connect all the independent probabilities with the word or, we use a rule of addition. So in our case, as you see, we use word and that means that we have to multiply all these independent probabilities. We also may notate as 1/2 raised 8, and the answer would be that the probability would be 1/256. So probability that all 8 kittens would be of the male sex would be 1/256, and this is going to be our answer for the first question. And second question, what is the probability that there is at least one male in the litter? So if we think there is only one variant when we may have 8 kittens, and those kittens wouldn't meet requirements of this question, and this would be variant when all 8 kittens would be of the female sex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All other variants would meet requirements of this question and would have at least one male, including, of course, when we would have all 8 kittens to be of the male sex. And of course, between these two extremes, when all 8 kittens would be of the male sex and all 8 kittens would be of the female sex, all the rest variants would meet requirements of this question. In other words, out of 256 variants possible, 255 variants would meet our requirements. So we have to divide by 256 total number of variants, and the answer would be 0.996. And if you need an answer in percentage form, we have to multiply by 100, and the answer would be 99.6%. So this is going to be our answer for the second question. And once again, the probability that out of the litter of 8 kittens, at least one would be male would be 99.6%. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.